namaste everyone. My name is Purti and welcome to my YouTube channel. And with us today we have Angela, who is my dear friend from my PhD. So the idea for today's talk, is this a talk? No, it's a conversation of sorts.
Yeah, it's a catching up also.
Yes, yes, true. So Angela here has recently visited India for the first time. And she said something interesting, that she saw lots of similarities between India and Colombia. And I personally found that very interesting and I wanted to learn more. But then I also wanted to record this and share it around so that we all understand, like the Anne Frank's saying, our lives are all so different, yet we're all the same. So yeah, that's the theme for today's chat. And if you have any questions or suggestions for us, please leave it in the chat and we'll get back to you. We're recording this on 15th November 2023. It's about 6:45 p.m. here. The lighting may look a bit dim and dull, but that is all the lighting I have in my house at this minute. But we made up a nice backdrop with all these plants. So I hope you really enjoyed this video. Yeah. Okay, so before we start, Angela, could you tell us a bit more about yourself, where you're from, and what it was like growing up in your country?
Okay, so yes, my name is Angela Bayona. I am from Bogota, which is the capital city of Colombia. Colombia is in South America and is located right in the top corner of South America. So it's the most northern country of all of South America. And yeah, I grew up in a capital city, so a lot of like rush and traffic jams and chaos and confusion of where to go and how to go about things. I grew up in a place that was relatively safe and I could go around like easily, but also knowing that the city had a lot of places that were, some of them were good to go and some others were not good to go. Yeah, I really love my city, but I know it's a bit of a hate-love relationship that I have with Bogota, because sometimes if you're having a bad day, it can feel 3 times as bad if you're in a big city that has always this big rush of things happening, everything at the same time.
True.
And yeah, in 2016, I got a scholarship to do my master's in the Netherlands. So I went there. After I finished the master's, I stayed working in the Netherlands for all over 2 years. And at the end of those 4 years living in the Netherlands, I was really lucky to get a scholarship to come to Leeds and do my PhD here at the School of Civil Engineering in the Water and Sanitation group. So I've been living here in Leeds since 2021, and yeah, that's how we got to know each other. And yeah, I've been immensely lucky and privileged. I am part of a massive research project that involved 4 countries, Colombia, Malaysia, Ethiopia, and India. That's how I got the opportunity to go to India last month. I just came back last Friday. So we had what we call a project assembly. Everybody came to Delhi and did a bunch of activities related to water security. That's like the main issue of the research project. But then with some friends from the PhD, we decided this might be one in a lifetime opportunity to come to India. So we are like half world away. We come from Colombia and then we are half world away. Yeah. So we decided to stay 10 extra days and do some traveling around, and that's
amazing.
How we did some things, saw things outside of Delhi as well. Yeah.
Oh, amazing. So before I move on to all the 100 questions that I have.
Yeah, go for it.
The first thing was correcting the way I pronounce your name, Angela.
Yeah.
And I just kept introducing you as Angela. But
okay,
yes, now that all of you know, it's Angela. And also double congratulations to you, of course, for having all these scholarships and opportunities. I'm sure you worked very hard, and also for getting selected to attend this conference as well. So kudos on that.
Yeah.
So you did mention that you spent like 10 extra days, and I assume the conference itself was about 5 days. So
yeah, the whole, it was a full week. So let's say with traveling times, it was almost 10. It was 10 days in Delhi,
right,
and then 10 days traveling around.
Right.
So I was away for 21 days.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
So please tell us, what were your initial thoughts about this country? Like, what were the things that stood out the most for you? And if you could draw an example of one or two particular things that you thought these conceptions or like ideas or misconceptions you had about India, but once you went, you were like, oh, okay. So something on that.
I think like initial thoughts, once we landed and started working in like Indira Gandhi Airport in Delhi, like the first moments were not like where am I? Because the initial shock is the language. Like a lot of people talking a different language that you don't understand, and then arriving to the baggage belt, trying to find your luggage. That was the first thing that really it was not a shock. That's where I first started also thinking, oh, this is not that different from Bogota, because when you arrive in Bogota and you go to the baggage belt, it can be quite chaotic just picking up your bag, because everyone wants to get the bag first. Even though all of them are coming.
So true.
And all of them will be there. And no one is going to take your bag because it's.
But that 1 minute is precious.
So that was the first thing, like, because we were also traveling with people from the UK. They were like, why is people pushing me to get my bag? I mean, we can all stand in a queue, and you're like, no, you need to get your act together, like go and grab it, or just wait in the end for your bag to appear in the end. So that was the first portion of it. And then, when we then finally went outside, some of our colleagues from the project were actually waiting for us outside.
Oh,
so
lovely.
They came to the airport to pick us up and sort of make it, from the start, we felt very welcome.
Oh,
so
lovely.
that was another thing that really stood out to me, that we never felt really alone. Like at all times during the project assembly, we had friends from India and from Delhi telling us, go here, go there,
try
do this,
this,
do that. I can take you there. You don't have to go there by yourself.
That's sweet.
And that was a second, like, really nice impression that I had, like, people that were making their utmost effort to be very hospitable. Yeah.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Do you remember which part of Delhi you went to from the airport?
Oh, yes. So this was a massive project, and we were staying at something that is called the Aero City in Delhi, which is where you have all these sort of massive buildings of international hotels, and it feels a bit like you're living in another country. Like, that was another thing that at the beginning felt a bit of a shock. Like, where am I? And why do I feel like I'm in Miami? Because that little bit of Delhi, which is the Aero City, doesn't feel like you are in, like you are it's very strange. I felt like, this seems a simulation thing. I felt a little bit like that, because
it's just concrete,
and everything worked, and people were stopping for you to cross the street if you were walking. Everything well organized, looked really pretty. So for the first days, I felt like this can't be the only thing that is happening, no? So this
is not the idea of India we have.
that's not the idea of India that I had. So actually, with the same friends who were traveling around, we decided that we wanted to go and see more things. We had no idea what was happening, and we had no idea about Delhi. But so the thing happened that some of our suitcases were late, because of they were delayed. So we wanted to get a T-shirt.
Right.
And someone told us that Chatni Chowk was the place to go and get a T-shirt. So we decided to go to Chatni Chowk.
Okay.
I think it was the first day we were there.
Wow.
We said, okay, let's just go to Chatni Chowk to get a T-shirt.
Yeah.
And we got there, and oh my, it was. So in Bogota, there's a number of markets. It's called San Victorino, and also informal market, informality. I've always thought of informality as something quite formal. It's not informal in itself, but to put it a name, informal selling and buying of things, and it felt a bit like that. But to the next level, no?
Yeah.
So because it's more people and there's more things to be sold and more things to buy and less, let's say, transport options. You just have to walk your way through it.
Right.
So that was something I've been in a hectic market before.
Yeah.
But
nothing like this.
Not like Chatni Chowk. Yeah. So actually, we had to sort of figure out a way out of it because we got lost.
Oh.
And we didn't know where we were. It was our first day in Delhi.
Right, yeah.
So we had to sort of try to talk to a guy from a tuk-tuk and tell him to bring us to the next station or somewhere that a car could come and pick us up because we were very lost in Chatni Chowk. Yeah. So we decided that we were going to write a song called Lost in Chatni Chowk because we were literally we are lost in Chatni Chowk. We need to find a way out. But it was, right from the start, it was, it's different. We are different, but it's not that different. We've had experiences.
You're like Aerocity versus Chandni Chowk is
that is the shock. That was a big, very separate experience of being in Delhi.
Yeah. It seems like CDT has a special connection to Chandni Chowk as well because Zhe is again one of our colleagues here who is from China and his research is also in India and he was I think feeling particularly adventurous one day and one evening he just wanted to figure out what to do and he was like, okay, let's see, probably he was exploring nightlife and then Google just tells him that, go visit Chandni Chowk. And it translates it as night market. So he thinks it's a market that's up and running at night. And then he literally reaches there, I don't know, at really late. And to his shock, obviously it's closed and it's deserted now. And, some creepy people loitering around. And that was his experience of Chandni Chowk and Google Translation.
Wow. So I feel every person from the city should have a Chatni Chowk tale.
Chandni Chowk there. So in fact, Chandni Chowk, of course, is famous for many things, but one of the things that's famous for is it has an entire street where you get really delicious parathas. So it's called Parathe Wali Gali. So it is the street of parathas. And literally each store just gives you these deep fried, parathas of sorts. And that was the first experience that I had in Delhi as well because I haven't seen a place anywhere in the country especially the Parathe Wali Gali with who has 50 different kinds of, parathas.
Who needs 50 kinds?
I mean, we need, but who does?
That's true.
Yeah.
It was really, I mean, to me, it was one of the most, it was just day one, 20. But it was straight tsunami to the senses.
You're now I'm in India.
Yeah, the colors, the smell of food, the noise,
animals crossing the street,
of every tuk-tuk, the animals, the cows, the birds, everything. suddenly you were walking and you could see like a shrine of sorts, so people were like also praying or doing the puja, I think. The puja, sorry. The puja, saris, t-shirts, leggings, shoes, Vishnu,
anything and everything.
Everything was there, like at the same time. The thing is, I felt like it's not, like we're not lost, because here, if anything, if you need anything, you should be able to find it there.
Definitely.
Yeah. So
definitely.
was my first, very nice impression.
So what was the first food item that you had?
Dosas.
Oh.
Yeah. Like masala dosas.
Nice. Yeah. And how come? How did you arrive at finding dosas?
So dosas, I had never had before dosas. Well, at the hotel they had this sort of arranged breakfast for us, like Western breakfast, or do you want to try more Indian-oriented breakfast? So every day I would try something different.
Yeah.
And the first thing, like in between, like quotation marks, different that I had was like a masala dosa at the hotel.
Amazing.
And I had it, and I was with one of our colleagues. She is from Delhi. Her name is Shivani, and I asked, like, is this a good dosa? And she was like, no, this is not a good dosa. This is like a hotel dosa. So you need to go to Chatuchak and find the place that has the best dosas, and you will have good dosas there.
Yeah.
So the rest of the trip, I was trying dosas in every city, trying to see if I could find the most delicious one. And I found it in Jaipur. Yeah. Still,
I wouldn't still call it a city for dosas, but
yeah, okay. I don't know. From other things I tried, I think Jaipur was.
Yeah.
But Jaipur and also in Delhi, but not in the hotel. Like outside
of course. Yeah. Oh no, that's nice. Yeah. So this is a nice segue into what were the places that you did visit, and of course we now know that you were trying dosa hopping in Indian cities.
It was something like that. Like, this is the thing I will try everywhere. I will try dosas everywhere I can.
Yeah.
So I went to the Darjeeling area. So I went to Siliguri.
Oh, lovely.
And stayed there for a couple of nights because I have a really good friend who lives there. Amazing. And he invited me over so I could come and meet his family.
Amazing.
And, so I stayed a couple of nights in Siliguri. From Siliguri, I took a plane to Mumbai.
Right.
And there I met my friends, and from Mumbai, then we took another plane to Jaisalmer.
Oh, amazing.
And from the rest of the trip was by train. So we took a train from Jaisalmer to Jodhpur, another one from Jaipur to Jaipur, and then another train from Jaipur back to Delhi. And then flew back to
Leeds.
Yeah.
Amazing. So you did cover 3 different regions of India in one single trip. That's really nice. I haven't been to Jaisalmer so far. It's been on my list, but eventually. But so what were your ideas or like fun things that you did in each of these places other than dosa tasting, of course?
So we would try to do sort of guided tours by local people, because we didn't know the language. So like traveling and walking around by ours, and we had little time in each city. So the most efficient way to go and see the things we had to see was just getting in touch with local guides. So there's a page we use called getyourguide.com.
Oh, nice.
And there people offer different types of tours in cities, and it's just local people that offer walking tours of 3 to 4 hours, or sometimes longer if you want to do more things.
Yeah.
And through that we had like sort of ideas of the things we were going to see, but we didn't have a clue. Like, for the most part, we were just going to where the local guide would tell us and just trust that it was nice.
Nice.
In Mumbai, we spent good time in the at the national park. So there's a massive national park in the middle of the city, and we went to see the caves. Like there's some Buddhist caves.
Yeah.
And then we went to see the Padogra, this massive place to do meditation that it's outside of the city.
Oh,
like not outside, but you have to cross a canal.
Right.
It's a massive meditation site. And then in Jaisal, in each city we had like local guides telling us what to see.
Amazing.
So we were not wandering
just by yourself.
On our own.
We
were with local guides.
Amazing. So what was, like, just to add a bit more fun to it, was there anything that was like funny, unexpected?
Everything. I mean, every minute. We were talking about it at the end of it, like, maybe the only thing that felt familiar was traveling by plane. Mm-hmm. And even that was also an experience. But the rest was every minute, even... So waking up and going for breakfast was like, what is this? Like, there's something called masala soda. So even the soda, like...
Masala soda?
Yeah, like Coca-Cola with masala.
Right.
So in every city, every time we would have lunch, we were offered masala sodas. So it tasted like salty Coca-Cola.
Okay.
Or like, it was... So it was new experiences of different tastes in food.
Yeah.
I think maybe, going out, like, you are staying in a hotel or you're in a new place and you step outside and you hear the different noises.
Yeah.
The noise of the tuk-tuk.
Honking.
The animals passing by.
Yeah.
People shouting from one end to another of the street. Like, what? Like, you don't know what they're saying, but I was like, people are like, just get away from me, or bring me my money, or da da da.
Hi, how are you doing?
Yeah, hey, how are you doing? Yeah, well, good morning.
Yeah.
And also a lot of people making a living, like trying to sell stuff, trying to get their produce to be bought in the streets.
Buy from me, very cheap.
Yeah, and I setting up the stalls.
Yeah.
That was also something that I found, again, like quite similar, and it's the dedication to your workplace. Like if you're selling things outside of in the street, it's just not just dropping them there.
Yeah.
It's like
you clean it up, you pray.
You set it up, like there's a particular order for things. There's a particular order. If it was a vegetable or a fruit stock, there was a particular order in setting things up, the colors. So everything felt deliberate in terms of setting up these places to offer the products that you want to offer in the market. Yeah. And I felt that dedication, I found it endearing. Yeah. I found it also, it felt to me like something to respect. Yeah.
Oh, that's really nice.
And I could relate also with Colombian, like you go to a Colombian market, like in Bogota, we have a number of also massive markets where people come and Corabastos, and in Palo Quemado, people will also set up their stall in a way that, of course, is enticing and calls the customers, but also I think has to do with this type of respect that you have for your own profession.
Yeah, so true. Yeah. And the kind of dedication and, the will and the leadership they have, right? Yeah. Because they organize amongst themselves as well. Yeah. Right? Yeah.
So, and I think, that's why I have always felt the term informality is so unfair.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because how is that informal?
Who's defining it?
Yeah. Right? How is it informal that a person wakes up really early in the morning to set up their stall,
day after day,
they have the dedication, they have the experience, they have all the knowledge about their products,
and they know how to sell it.
And they know how to sell it. They know how to offer it. So it's not informal in its core definition. I don't find it informal. I found it actually quite formal.
Yeah. Hey, World Bank, I hope you get to see this video and reflect on this point by Anila.
Yes. Like, it's not informal. Yeah. And it's a whole engine of
True, absolutely.
of income for many people.
Yeah.
So
yeah, very true. And in fact, so I'm researching on gendered claims, and one of the most common gendered claims that we get to hear is you provide some service and then you will see women's employment increase, or like women's livelihood increase by this much percentage. But the factor is you're not even counting a lot of this, because a lot of informal spaces are occupied and led by women, and you're not even like accounting them in your calculations.
Yeah.
They're already working, right? Of course, homemakers, like everywhere, but more specifically even like, out there. But yeah, coming back to your Indian visit. So what was like your most memorable visit or conversation that you've had with?
I think I had two. One was with my friend that I reunited in Siliguri. So we took time to catch up, but also talk a lot about how has been his experience of returning to India and finding a job and sort of working really hard, like the working culture that is so different from European working culture, and sort of this sort of return home type of what did you do after you spend some time living outside and then come back to your country and try to blend what you learned and what you experienced with what is traditional and what is expected of you in your country. So I think that catching up really, I really, have
it does sound like very special, meaningful, deep conversation. That's really nice.
And the second one was, so when we went to Jaisalmer, which is one of the most beautiful cities I have ever seen in my life. It was golden. Everything was like of the color of gold. Was with the local guide in Jaisalmer. His name is Lalit. And he is this very knowledgeable person. He's doing a PhD in architecture and urbanism. And he is from Jaisalmer, and he's doing his research about the architecture of Jaisalmer and the history of the city, the fort, how everyone in Jaisalmer lives inside the fort, which is quite different from the other forts in other cities, that the fort is only for royalty and everyone is living outside. While in Jaisalmer, there is royalty living inside the fort, but there's also people protected by the fort inside the city. So he told us, like, this really makes it stand out as a different type of city, and he shared with us a lot of knowledge about the history of the city. Really, also quirky story about this house was built by two twins. That's why the two parts of the house are like similar, like a mirror to each other. But once you enter the house,
they're too separate.
They're very separate. So this tells a lot about the story about people who might look similar, but in the inside they are very different. So he was just telling like this very, very knowledgeable local
insights, like even personal insights.
And that was. That the conversations that we had with him were really, really meaningful in that way.
Oh, amazing. So did you pick up any words from these places or phrases? Like, which one stuck with you?
Well, not phrases. I cannot phrase. But I think, one is pani. Because,
Pani.
Chalo, chalo, chalo. Because at some point we're walking down the street and looking at the market, and there's people doing their thing, like, come on, move, because I have to pass. There's always women carrying stuff on their heads, and they were like telling us, get out of my way, because I have something heavy in my head. So we're like, chalo, chalo, chalo. So we had to pani, chalo, 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 namaskar or namaste.
So I'm really glad. I think because especially of your visit, which was, so spatially different, you're also introduced to different forms of namaste, namaskar.
And Yeah, I come from, so Colombia is a very westernized, we are very much influenced by the United States and Europe. So for many of us, namaste is not a
yoga,
salutation. Like some people say goodbye by saying namaste. And then that's so wrong. I mean, that's like even...
Only people who are not from India do that.
So I was like, because I'm not a fan of yoga. I don't do yoga regularly, but I've met a lot of people who do yoga and then
namaste.
And at the end of the session, they do namaste, and then I felt this is so fake.
The light in me is the light in you.
And that is so, that is like, and then like,
your own meaning to our words.
Exactly, exactly. So that was another sort of nice learning experience for me. Like even the most basic word has been misinterpreted. And we need to get our act together in doing it better. Yes. Namaste.
Were there like any gestures that you also like picked up?
Yeah, doing this. Now I do this like for everything. Like, do you want eggs or do you want oatmeal? And I'll be like, it's okay. Or to make decisions, like if I am okay with a decision, then but then okay, fine. Like it's not yes, but it's not no. So it depends. I like that. Or in your, like, you don't want to get involved in a conversation, you're just like, whatever. So I think, that was, that I got, what else can and the taking off of shoes. So in Colombia, we don't usually take off our shoes when entering a place. And to me, that was also like the taking off of shoes before entering like a massive shrine or a big temple, that you need to take off your shoes.
Or even our homes.
Or even at home.
So
that was another also nice learning experience. You need to take off. Actually, don't bring your shit from outside inside my house or my temple. Just take off your shoes outside. So that was also
nice
of the day-to-day things.
I do have a very, very close friend, and she's from Delhi, of course, like from urban Delhi. She refuses to take out her shoes every time she has to come inside my home. And then throughout the time, I'm just like looking at her feet. I'm like, please take them out. Please take them out.
Don't touch my clothes with your nasty shoes. Like,
but then she makes it a point that she walks all around my house, like every corner. Our friends are like, right?
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Okay. Before I let you go then, tough questions for you. I'm sure these might be difficult to answer, but what is your like favorite food then from India? From your travels in India?
My favorite food?
I mean, you're a dosa expert now, clearly, so we're not going to talk about dosas.
Dosas were like, because I was used to this sort of wheat pancakes, but this is like, this is a different type of flour. So that wasn't that. My favorite food now has to be chai. The proper chai. Yeah, proper chai.
Like masala chai.
Could be masala chai, but it could be ginger chai.
Basically chai, any chai.
That is scalding hot. It can be like the one that you can drink fast. No, it has to be the one that like,
hot and then you
have to do it like this.
And any accompaniments with it, like chai biscuit, chai.
It could be chai the biscuits. The chai biscuits. But I would say, I'm very fan of this. I don't have like a particular dish. I wouldn't say a massive dish of this or that. I do it more like on the day-to-day basis type of food. And then I would say, yes, chai was that thing that we would just sit. If we were having like a very hectic day, at the end, we were like, we need a chai. And then we would go and find a place where we could sit down like in a corner of a street and find one person that was selling chai.
Amazing. You had chai from the store. Amazing. Tapris. Amazing.
That was fantastic. And what else?
What were the gifts that you got for yourself?
Earrings. I have, so that is my weak spot.
Ooh.
Earrings is something that I try to purchase wherever I go. A couple of shirts. I got this, how do you call it? Sort of, so while we were in Jaisalmer, we bought this type of thing that they say they only do there, but I'm not sure, no?
It's possible. So these are like very artistic, art-centered, culturally rich
So
places.
what they said they do is that they take the leftover dresses from weddings and they create carpets or sort of tablecloths from the little bits and pieces of the wedding. Like
garments. Patchwork.
Yeah, patchworks of wedding garments that are not going to be used anymore.
Yeah.
They create this patchwork of tablecloths or of, I don't know, not carpets. This is the type of thing you would hang.
Yeah.
So we got a couple of those.
Amazing. I think I have an idea of what you're saying, but then please do
it's
send
like a collage
later. But then,
of bits and pieces of clothes,
I think I'm getting
very
what you're
colorful
saying.
beady clothes, and then you patch it together and create these sort of artful things. I really like that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, this is amazing. Thank you so much, Anila, for this conversation.
Yeah.
And I have a special surprise for you. So I did decide to treat Anila to a nice meal. Nice by my great cooking standards, self-judged.
No, but I've tried your cooking before. It's quite fantastic.
Yeah.
I feel really lucky. I'm a very lucky person.
I have made dosa batter.
No.
Exactly. So you're going to get onion dosas, not masala dosas, but onion dosas. So yay.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, but I've also made them to be like muesli dosas. So I've also mixed muesli
what is
in
muesli in the dosa?
Yeah. I mixed muesli in my batter to make it like more protein rich. I'm going through a mad phase of trying to have more protein, but not working well. But yeah, this was an attempt and it came out well. Okay. So I'm not trying it on you. I've been trying it on myself for a year.
You can try.
It's good.
I mean, I can volunteer to try a lot of like things that you decide to cook. I am very happy to volunteer.
We have it on record now, so yes.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but thank you so much, and we really hope you visit India again, and this time hopefully you visit Hyderabad. You're welcome to my house.
Yes.
And I would love to show you around. I'm sure I won't be as great as Lalit, but I will try.
No, I'm sure you will. I mean, as always with this type of things, you finish it and then you go to the map and you're like, I saw like 2%. I didn't.
Very true.
Yeah, and of course it's never enough time to do and see other things, but then I am very, very inclined in finding ways to go back to India.
Amazing.
And stay there for longer
Maybe we get
to
work together on water quality one day.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. We should definitely try that. And that is now in record as well.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us in this. And please let us know if you want us to have more such conversations or if you want Anila back on another chat. Maybe this time just talking about Bogota.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much. See you around.
Bye.
Now I really hope it's been recording all this time. Yes.
It wasn't?
Yes, it was.
Okay, good.